What is going on? I'm zmoT. We managed to make it into the boombox. If you don't have any idea what the boombox is, it's got that good-looking dude, Mr. Chicken, with that weird-shaped shoulder, and then my video up the top, Lazy War Factory. So please, if you've never done War Factory, if you randomly found this video, that is my bread and butter. That is where this channel came from. Starting out, everyone was doing War Factory solos. I took it back a step and tried to make it simple back when we only had 3 attacks, I believe that was. Anyways, let's get into Imitation Game. We are going to use warriors. Do not have warrior troop loadout because I am a crazy person. Now, this is level 11 warriors. We are low level warriors, but that's okay. We should still be able to maybe get some stages down. Depends which prototypes they have. And again, we do have new bases in there, which is fantastic. That is one change that I don't feel Boom Beach got enough credit for. Thank you for fixing that. Small detail, but I really do look forward to Fridays again, which is the first time in a while. Obviously, I look forward for Fridays for other reasons. But first of all, a commenter on my YouTube. I read all comments. I try to reply to all comments, or at least give you a little heart. That's me manually doing it, by the way. They said, we're looking for someone who loves your channel. Their name is Red. They're from the task force called the Insomniacs. I guess Red had a problem with someone in their task force. Red then quit the task force. And then they kicked the dude out. So Red, if you're out there, A, give me a comment and say hello. And B, your task force is bugging me like crazy to go back. So maybe consider going back. They kicked the dude or dudette out of their task force in the hopes that you come back. So if you see this, hopefully, this is like one of those missing things where you like, I saw you on the train and we met eyes, and then hopefully it works out. Missed connections. Let's go. Imitation Game Stage 1 with the warrior dudes. And part of the reason why I'm using warriors is because obviously they are also buffed with the tribes for those higher levels. I will do a higher level video after this. We're going to try and take down all 7 stages using nothing but GBE unboosted. Don't know if it's possible. Don't know what bases we're going to get. The names are gone forever, it sounds like. The general feeling I've gotten from the Boom Beach team and from support is that the names are gone forever. The localization problems. Sad trombone right there. I would play the sad trombone right now, but it would probably burst your eardrums because I've never tweaked the sound properly. So we'll just... you know what I need to do? Hit me up in the comments if any of you remember Miss Silly Merp, and if you feel that I should get her on. The British female, her accent in particular is very, very good. Very good? I don't know. I don't know what the correct terminology there is, but her sad trombone is the best sad trombone in the history of sad trombones. I'm trying not to make this into some sort of euphemism, but anyways, that wasn't the goal. Hopefully we can get her back on the program. If enough of you, I know there are some of you who will remember Miss Silly Merp, and some of you who probably don't, but we'll see if we can get her on. I have not talked to her in a long time, since she went from Twitch to Mixer to... I don't even know where she is these days. Also, her husband, Mr. Merp, no longer in the task force. I think they bought a house and moved along. I'm not sure if they're still into the video games. Let's keep going. Stage 4, using brick. Oh, this is quite the simple base. I like this one. This is going to be a great base for those low levels. Anyone who has Imitation Game can probably work their way up the left side, barrage that rocket, and hopefully get that down. Imitation Game is kind of fantastic because you get it at a very low radar, very low HQ level, and it is... If you haven't beaten the appropriate Hammerman base, I'm not sure off the top of my head which Hammerman base that is, but please do it very soon. I know it doesn't give the most rewards as far as crystals and shards and stuff like that, which is a little bit of a downside, but you get so much loot for low levels, and Imitation Game is... it's just such a big thing for low levels. Dr. T is good, but I feel like Imitation Game is a little bit better for low levels as far as resources and stuff, because if you can't beat Dr. T stage 5 or something like that, then you're just stuck. Whereas with Imitation Game, you can spend 3, 4, 5 attacks on one base and just work your way through it methodically and get those extra resources. So Imitation Game is a huge, huge benefit for those low-level players. And if you are low-level and you feel like my account is a little bit too high, let me know. I can potentially move to one of my lower-level accounts. Yes, I have many, many accounts. I really do like to have many accounts because it just gives you a way to play the game differently. And the beauty of Boom Beach is that it's different for all the different levels depending on where you are in the progression, and I feel like it's kind of a lost art in the world of mobile gaming. Mobile gaming has kind of turned into this thing where you can like jump in from step one, and kind of like the way Warships is. And Boom Beach did it very, very well, and their balancing is very, very good for the standard type of games that I don't know if those games exist anymore, if they'll exist in a couple years, because it feels like things have gone a little bit towards that instant gratification. And with Boom Beach, you got to close the game, come back a while later, and check in on your stuff. And I don't know if those games do exist, and if you think that that's not a dying breed, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know what other games you play that follow this same sort of model as Boom Beach. I don't think there is any. Boom Beach is like this weird game that just survived and is just keeps you coming back and growing. And well, that's where a lot of the people who have been with the game for so long have stopped playing, because there is no HQ 23 or 24, and there is nothing else to build. And I really do think that I would love to see, I'm going to have to grind away at this one pretty good with my low-level warriors. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge for sure. In order to take this down with our warriors, we desperately, desperately need Brick to stay alive on this one. If Brick does not stay alive, we are going to have a world of problems. Now, nice straight line underneath there. Brick out first. Always, always, always. Now, I got grief on my War Factory hit because they said you should know better than placing Brick next to a boom cannon. Boom cannons love to single out Brick and just shoot her square in the face. I'm really, really hoping that doesn't happen right now, but we'll find out very, very soon. We're going to do 2 shocks and some medkits, and just hope we can burn through that shield. Hope Brick stays alive as well. It looks like she might. I'm really hoping to get another shock or something. It's going to be so close. Come on, Warriors. No, we're not going to get her. Just too much shield, not enough shock. As soon as those shock launchers came unshocked, it was game over. So we're going to have to try and solo stage 7. Hopefully it does not have a shield. The fact that stage 6 had a shield and a Doom Cannon, just not enough GBE, not enough damage. Level 11 warriors for the loss. Obviously, if you have higher level warriors, you should be able to burn through that. We did pretty good considering the level that we're stuck with. Really wish that I would have upgraded my warriors a little bit more. The reason for those smokes, the warriors are going to spread out. We got to wait for Brick. As soon as Brick gets there, we get into that little kill zone right there. We're going to throw a shock right there and a shock right there. And then just medkit everything. Brick's probably going to die, but that's a-okay. Stage 6 down in 2. We now have to solo stage 7. We also probably can't just GBE that down with our max level account. 2 crystals, though. 2 crystals. Any crystal on Imitation Game is a huge, huge lucky roll. I don't know what you'd call it. Snake Eyes? 2 6s? I don't know what a lucky roll is. Don't play any dice games, really. If you have a good card game, have a good dice game, please do let me know. I've been playing a bunch of Fire lately, and a bunch of the game called 10. I do like card games quite a bit, but dice games, I think it's 10,000 is the number 1 dice game that I used to play. Really do like card games and things like that. So, again, let me know if you play any mobile games, card games, anything like that. We're going to have to solo this. This looks like it should be able to be soloed. We're going to have 1 shock over here, 1 shock over here, and just have to clear a whole bunch of mines. My number 1 concern here is going to be keeping Brick alive. So I'm going to come over to the left a little bit, and we're going to come right into here. And hopefully get a little bit lucky with the solo. Level 11 warriors versus Imitation Game. Stage 7 is not really a place you want to be in, but maybe, just maybe, we can get there. The problem with my level 11 warriors, I do not have troop health, which means we need to clear way more mines than I would like to. We're going to go like this. We're going to get one smoke. I love using one smoke. Brick needs to get underneath that smoke ASAP. And then we're going to get running and hopefully get there with some troops left over. These mines are so no. I missed a mine. We are basically done. If we can pull this off, I will be absolutely amazed. Just gonna have to grind this out from the one side of the headquarters and hope that Brick stays alive. That's the only chance. See, that's the problem with these low-level warriors. I missed a mine, and I figured we could get there with, like, very, very low health, but just couldn't do it. Big, epic failure. Anyways, we're going to switch it up. I'll come back with a high-level account, and we'll try one more time, slightly differently, back in just a second. Man, that was just so close. I can't believe we failed that. Let's get into here. I'm just going to go as fast as I possibly can. We're going to do barraging and artillerying, and I'm probably going to use too many barrages, as you can see there by the fact that it costs 46. We'll drop all the warriors, and they'll just do a nice little stack up. Have you ever noticed that? Troops just stack up at the end of their boats as they wait. Let's keep going. See what we can be done. What we can be done is a new English terminology that I just invented. My mouth is just not cooperating today. I gotta, please, again, no more innuendos. Let's just keep it G-rated here, and I put my foot in my mouth, and it's just not going well. Anyways, let's keep going. And by the way, I gotta say, let me know if you think that I should be showing off more people's comments or shouting out people who leave comments, because I'm quite amazed by some of the people who oh man, some of the people who comment. Some of you have been playing the game for a long time, are far better players than me, and you're still watching my channel and or commenting on my channel. For example, I get comments from BVD all the time. Not all the time, but sometimes. And so, all of you, the players out there that comment that are beastly strong players and still watch me do silly things like War Factory or Imitation Game, big shout out to you. I really, that means the world to me, because it means you're coming in to hang out and see if there's news about the game or what's new with me or if there's anything, whatever it might be. I do appreciate, like all the players, there's lots of people out there who comment on the videos who don't even play the game for that matter. So, really, it means the world to me. That I love hearing people's success stories about their first time they beat Imitation Game or War Factory and that, and were taught things, but also people who come back and just say hi. So, commenters, all of you out there in the world, I do appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to type things on the internet. We're going to have to wait a little bit here. I'm going to throw some critters back here. Hopefully they will get... I'm going to have to get rid of this as well so my critters don't die. Let's throw some critters onto that rocket launcher. This person has boosted ice up the front, and so... Actually, it looks like they're not even boosted for the health. I just don't have enough GBE to get all of that down. So stage 5 is going to need some love. Now, we could wait for all the critters to just farm some GBE, but I have instant training, so we're just going to go like this and hopefully get some extra GBE from the big bad dudes as well. And hopefully we can barrage. As those buildings go down, they actually do damage to the HQ as well, just in case you're not aware of that math. They can do up to 70% of the damage to the headquarters just by showing up and taking down buildings. I have a big math thing on that for operation attacks. Works for PvP as well. If you have any questions about that, please hit me up. I can point you in that direction. Knowing the math is super handy, I find. So I think that would have gone down with all GBE. Whether or not we'll count it, as I'll leave it up to you. Now, for this one, all GBE is probably not going to do it. We couldn't do this one with all medics because that back... Actually, you know what? Maybe. Let's get rid of this and then see if maybe we can get that back shield down with critters. That's about the only way we could possibly get this down. Let's get rid of you. See, critters eat up the back, and then all we can do is put more critters back in here and hope that we can farm enough GBE to get that down. But at this point, we only have 86 GBE, so this is not going to be one that we can take down with all critters. And if I can, it's just going to be super, super boring for you guys to watch. So let's just give it a second, and then I'll throw all of my troops out and all of my GBE out and see what can be done. This is the thing about Imitation Game. I really do wish they would give us some leaderboard bases so that people could, maybe if you attack like one of the top 10 every week or something like that, that way people could feel like, hey, you know what, I can take down the top bases, or maybe I can't, and I should work towards that, but the fact that an HQ-18 can take down these bases, or I guess can't take down these bases, as you saw in my last attacks, just kind of, I don't know, I feel like there's a bit of a separation there. I would really like to be able to see the ability to attack these leaderboard bases with any person who wants to, essentially. Are we going to fail again? Probably should drop Brick, just for that extra little bit of help. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be so close. I think we're going to fail. I think we're going to fail on this account, too. Just using 0 flares, 0 shocks, 0 smokes, 0 medkits. It's going to be close. It's going to be so... No. Hopefully we can take down stage 7. We still got 2 more attacks, thankfully, due to the beauty of the setup of the Imitation Game. Back when it used to be 10 attacks, it was just absolutely ridiculous, and I believe it was 10 attacks. Again, I could be wrong. I tend to mix these things up. I think War Factory went from 3 to 5, and I think Imitation went from 10 to 7. So, I don't, maybe it's 8? That would make more sense if it's 8, because obviously, no, but 7 out of 7. So we're on stage 7, we have 1 attack left. It must be, we have 8 attacks. Let's just try, see if we can't get this down. Now, there are no shields, but this thing does have a boosted statue back there, and it does have blue, so we can't just barrage the core. 153 GBE is not going to be enough, I don't think, and there's not enough buildings touching the HQ that we can get extra GBE back. Sometimes when all the buildings are touching the HQ, you can actually gain a little bit of GBE in the process. Does not appear that that's going to be the case right now, because as you can see, not a lot is touching the HQ. Let's go get all of our troops out. We're not going to use any smokes or shocks or anything like that, but we are going to throw some critters in here. Maybe the critters can save the day. I think there's a pretty slim chance that we're going to get anywhere near enough damage, because all of this stuff is under the damage amp. All of it is just front facing. Front-loaded bases are the way to go, I have to say. People who drop their troops in on front-loaded bases have to deal with those shock launchers, the rocket launchers, and it just makes it so difficult on anyone who can't use smoke. So, HQ 22, XP 65 just got absolutely melted, so I would suggest using any sort of troops for that base, except for what the heck I did. Anyways, that's all for me. I wanted to make sure that I threw that shout out to Red, because I was 5 days late, as you might have seen on the timestamp. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm zmoT. Hopefully you guys have a wicked weekend, and I shall talk to you very soon. As always, thanks for coming in. Peace!